Radharani, who herself is just an ocean of beauty and sweetness and devotion and love, just the embodiment of devotion and love. Whenever Krishna would see Srimati Radharani, you know what would happen? You know what would happen? You know what would happen? I'll tell you. Krishna would lose. Hare Krishna. And if he was carrying something, he'd drop it. He might turn around and walk into the door. If he was speaking, he'd start speaking some nonsense, sort of blah, 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 blah. Just some noises, because the beauty and sweetness and love of Radharani would just overpower him. He'd lose control of his faculties. So one day, devotees, listen to this. Écoutez-moi, s'il vous plaît. One day, after one of these types of things happened, Krishna decided that no more. I'm not going to make a fool of myself anymore. Because, he would start speaking some nonsense and people would laugh at him. So he decided, no more. From now on, I am going to be Mr. Together. Mr. Cool. Cool, calm, and collected. Let Radharani come. Let her come. No problem. I will just be totally unaffected. That's what Krishna said. So, let her come. It's all right. So, here's Krishna now. He's milking away. So let's carry on. Continue. So then Radharani and the gopis, suddenly they started just roaring with laughter and pointing at Krishna and saying, look at him, look at what he's doing. Just look at him. Oh my gosh, and just roaring with laughter. And Krishna thought, what happened? What went wrong? I'm cool. I'm milking. Hey, I'm not doing anything wrong. This is unfair. Then Krishna noticed, you know what Krishna noticed? He was milking a bull. And then he understood, I did it again. I lost it again. So, transcendental love, like this lady, the fruit seller, she comes back the next day, actually. She comes back the next day with more fruit, and Mother Yashoda's there and takes some fruit, and Krishna's there. And she's very happy to see Krishna. Just so extremely happy. But the thing is, transcendental love for the Lord is such an amazing thing that devotees, when they're absorbed in transcendental love for Krishna, they may become oblivious to their surroundings. They may become oblivious to their physical conditions. We were discussing a little bit this morning in Amma Prabhu and Priyadarshini's house in Flak. We were discussing how Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur actually, their bodies may die, but they don't notice. They just don't even notice. Just later on, they realize, hey, what happened to my material body? It's gone. Oh, it must have died. Otherwise, generally, the experience of death, we hear, is really, really quite dramatic, extremely dramatic and overwhelming. But advanced devotee on the level of Krishna Prema, even when death comes, they may not even notice that it happened. So, of course, we're not on that level, but if we carry on practicing nicely, if we carry on chanting, how many rounds have you done today? 2. Okay, better than nothing. How many are you going to do? 1. Huh? You're going to do 12. Anyway, it's all right. Don't worry about it. Yes, the more one progresses in Krishna consciousness, the more one becomes unaffected by, the ups and downs of life in this world. We've all had, I think, enough experiences of the ups and downs of life in this world. Yes, but as a devotee progresses step by step, then the devotee becomes less and less affected by these ups and downs, particularly the downs, but even the ups, or rendering some simple service. Let me just tell you that when the first day I visited a Hare Krishna temple, it was late December 1972. Where were you in late December 1972? Anyway, that's when it was. And I went. And there I am visiting the temple. And, it's okay, it's nice. And then one of the devotees walked up to me and said, would you mind doing something to help out? Could you do some service? And I said, okay. And you know what they asked me to do? The first day I visited the Hare Krishna temple, you know what they asked me to do? Clean the toilets. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. But actually, it's a fact. And I'm a guest on my first day visiting the temple. And they have me clean the toilets. And I thought, wow, what is this? But anyway, I was an easygoing type of fellow. So I started cleaning the toilets. Within a couple of minutes, you know what happened? Within a couple of minutes, I was feeling ecstatic. I was feeling so happy, really happy. I mean, really, really, maybe happier than I'd ever felt before. And I was 21. And I had, as far as I was concerned, I had retired at the age of 21. Seriously. And because I didn't like working. So there I am cleaning the toilets, and I thought, I've made up my mind not to work again. But this working for Krishna, this is really nice. So I don't mind working for Krishna. But really, it was a very vivid experience. Because when we engage ourselves in service to the Lord, then we connect with the Lord. And the Lord is full of bliss, full of unimaginable bliss. So when we connect with Him, it's like when you plug an electrical wire into a socket, the electricity flows through. So when you connect with Krishna, His transcendental, blissful nature flows through and into you. So that was the experience I had. What a vivid experience, yeah. And it's like that. Thing is, we just have to engage. We have to engage in service, chanting and doing some service, whatever it may be. And I was a journalist, and I wanted to be a writer, like a novelist. And there I was now cleaning the toilets. And I thought, what is a novelist doing cleaning the toilets? But then, like I said, it felt so good. So you may be some big important person, a manager or something at work. But even if you just do some simple service, very simple service for Krishna, then you connect with Krishna and some of His ecstasy will flow into you. So there you go, devotees. Hare Krishna. Kya ho raha hai? What should I do now? Here comes Kala Das Prabhu. We do what?
Sponsors for the Sunday feast.
Oh, okay.
Just give them the little gift.
Okay.
So we thank Maharaj very much for his wonderful lecture, very sweet. And Haribol, thank you so much. It's always very nice to have Maharaj with us here. Now we'd like to thank everyone to have come to the Sunday feast today. And we have two sponsors that we'd like to thank and receive a little present from Maharaj's hand. So we'll call Jagesa family. If we have an Jagesa family, Vini Mataj. Haribol!